And I sensed in her a bitterness at the different decisions that I had made in my life. And unfortunately, our friendship ended. But I'll never forget that one of our last conversations that we had was actually about the Me Too movement. And she was so invested in it. She was like, you don't understand. This has to happen. And I had wondered, even though I was listening to her, whether or not her investment in the Me Too movement was actually her trying to reconcile decisions that she had made in her past, decisions that she had made with producers and people that she thought that, well, if she slept with, they might lead to her getting her big break. Anyways, that's all somewhat anecdotal. It's real, but anecdotal. And the reason that we're here today is because we're speaking about Harvey Weinstein. Because we all remember nothing and everything about this case. It is very strange. There was so much information that we couldn't dilute it at that time. We for sure remember that it began with an explosion of journalists, and then way too many women to count that were making allegations. Here is just a small snippet.
The similarities between these stories were uncanny. A lot of use of showers, a lot of exposing himself, and as I said, in 3 of these cases, allegations of rape.
And then he comes back out and he's fully naked.
And he just kept asking me to watch him masturbate.
On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
This sort of behavior is normalized and accepted for decades in this industry.
Decades, she said. And it was, of course, then this very big watershed moment that was going to bring down Harvey Weinstein. Goodness, you guys, he was arguably the most powerful man in Hollywood. And now we had upwards of 100 women who were claiming that they had been sexually abused, harassed, or even raped, which is why he's in prison today. But I got to tell you something right away. That list, that long list of women who found the cameras and spoke out and said that things happened, and you don't really remember whether or not he denied it, that list significantly dwindled by the time we got into the courtroom. And then even when we were in the courtroom, it dwindled even more. And I'll tell you why. This is one of the very many compelling aspects of this case, how they were able to sort through the women who were just outright lying, meaning women who had definitively never even slept with Harvey Weinstein, some women who just never even met, from the women who had, at the very least, been intimate with him, okay? And I'll tell you why, because, of course, when people realize that someone's going down, if were a struggling person who wanted to make a quick buck and you knew that this empire was going to crash, you might be willing to come in for a quick payday. And what better way